my greatest trait, being tenacious, because I grew up a blue-collar kid in Cleveland, Ohio, by a single dad, and it was really like being raised by wolves, and I had to figure it out on my own. It was catch as catch can, and I realized that if I worked hard, at 11, I started my first business, cutting grass. Then I raked leaves. Then I shoveled snow. Then I learned how to paint houses. And there's other things that weren't legal I won't mention, but I learned how to make money and make things happen. And that's been my trait in business. Yeah. And along the way, I got a college degree somehow, a bunch of certifications, wrote a book after flunking English in college. So again, tenacious. I just get in there and I make things work.
Yeah, love it. So military background?
To some degree. I wrote the book that you have in your hand called The 40-40 Principle. And a guy in the military invited me to England, an American base over there, Mildenhall, to come speak. And that started this love affair that we both had with leadership. Then he moved to the States. We created this leadership course together. I teach it separately. He teaches it at the Air Force. And I've been adjunct professor of leadership at the Air Force for about 15 years.
Yeah, so military adjacent, but you actually probably see it from a completely different perspective because you get to see it from the outside looking in, and not many people are granted that opportunity. It's usually you only see it from the inside out, so that's got to be unique for you.
I'm one of 1% of civilians that have been in a fighter jet, a T-38 trainer jet.
Nice.
That's Mach speeds.
That's cool. So we're going to go Mach speed. All right. So look, TED Talks, all these things, they have become such a part of nomenclature. You looked on LinkedIn, everyone's doing a TED. There's so much stuff going on all the time. Talk a little bit about right now what your day-to-day is. Talk about what you do to motivate, who you speak in front of, how these things are being booked, because I think we're going to open up to a lot of conversations of when you need to find someone like Andy. If you want to be a speaker, here's how you do it. I think this is just going to pave the course for a lot of different conversations.
Yeah, it's a longer story than I'm going to give it for obvious reasons, but I started out in college as a finance guy. I'm a business guy. Like I said, I started my first business when I was a teenager, and I thought I wanted to go make millions of dollars. And at some point after I launched a product called Fruit 2.0 from a company called Very Fine, we sold it to Kraft. That was the first fruit-flavored, no-calorie water. So spring water with Splenda.
Gotcha.
I couldn't believe no one had invented it, but we did. We sold the company. At that point, I was 37. I realized, I don't know if I got hit on my head somewhere that year, but I departed from business, so to speak, to I wanted to help people. I just woke up one day and I said, that's what I want to do with the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And I started meeting with people in coffee shops, and I would ask them questions about what they wanted to do with their life. And they said, can we do this again?